Hey guys, and welcome to the Alternative Movement Podcast. My name's Craig, your host, and this is a place we talk about everything adaptive training. Today, we are joined all the way from the USA by Stephen Walker.
Yes,
How you doing,
sir.
Stephen?
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. How's it going?
It's going good. We had a bit of a mess up because we sort of time traveled over the past few days. We were set to have a podcast at my time, 2:00, and Stephen's time, it was 10:00. But daylight savings time is slightly different in the US than it is in the UK. It changes at different times. So I was sitting there like, where is he? But yeah, obviously.
I'm still asleep.
Still asleep. At 9 a.m., hopefully not.
No, I was just getting up, stretching, got some food in me. And I was like, hey, let me take a shower. I'll be on real quick. I got you.
But yeah, Stephen jumped on pretty quick anyway. I was just sort of walking around twiddling my thumbs. I was buzzing out my head on coffee at the time. So I was like, damn it, I've got to use all this energy for something.
Yeah, but
Cool. So obviously I've seen some of the stuff you do with your own training, and I'm excited to have a conversation today with you about Wheel Wod. So Wheel Wod is a competition for adaptive athletes, for anyone that doesn't know, and we're going to get into that in a bit anyway. But first of all, I would like to find out some stuff about you, Stephen. Tell me about yourself, what you do, and yeah, man, go for it.
oh man, so Stephen Walker here. Man of many lives, but recently I fell into love with CrossFit, adaptive CrossFit. Been doing training competitions since 2018. I fell in love with the whole change up with the fitness and challenging myself to try something new. Growing up, the only thing I knew was basketball in my neighborhood. And so after trying out for basketball in high school and college, didn't get any opportunities there, had a shot at playing semi-pro. Played for a good year, got some good offers, and of course, like every dream, I got hurt last regular season game and kind of changed my path on life. Then started training, started working with a trainer, and I saw CrossFit, how it made like my friends look different, how everybody was feeling good and a lot better, even though they were passing out after every single workout. I can get behind that. First competition I got to witness and volunteer for was Wadapalooza in Miami, Florida. Great fitness festival. People around the world, definitely is great for bringing the community together. And this is the first time I've witnessed the adaptive community, the adaptive athletes. Watching guys with one arm climb up the rope to people in wheelchairs tossing up 200 pounds, like just crazy weight, crazy movements, things that I've never witnessed growing up in my life. Fast forward, I've been doing Wheel Wod. Wheel Wod has the open, just like how CrossFit has the open. And so we kind of mirrored their competition for the longest. Up until last year, they kind of included us in their open. It was first year ever, which was kind of fun. A lot of things that need to be worked on. But as of right now, we just wrapped up the Wheel Wod Games last week. 3-day competition, 11 workouts. It was pretty intense. Definitely a good test of fitness for all of us. I think it was 11 divisions. Yeah. So between those standing uppers, if you have 1 point contact or 2 points, standing lower, 1-2 points, neuro major, neuro minor, central visual, short stature. I don't think that's everybody. Seated 1, seated 2. If you have hip function, no hip function. We had a lot of athletes from representing 25 different countries. It was a good turnout, and they already ready for us to like grow. First year the competition was in America. It's normally in Canada where it originated from. The program director, Stouty, Chris Stoutenberg, great man, great coach. It's all about the suffering for everybody. Doesn't care what your limitations or adaptation is. And that's probably the best thing about it. There is no sugarcoating. There's no, hey, you have this limitation, we're just going to take it easy. No, we're going to figure out what adaptation you have, and we're going to get the best out of you. There is no excuses.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I love about it the most as well, especially the adaptive games. It's not like it's not pussyfooting around people's
Mm-hmm.
conditions. It's like, right, what you got? Right, let's work with it. Let's do it. And it's
Yep.
and that's what I think it needs to be about. It wants to be inclusive, and I think to truly be inclusive, like you can't segregate and make things easy because of a disability,
Exactly.
which is awesome. Like, I've been following some of the Wheel Wod games and some of the stuff on Instagram, and yeah, they was going hard.
Yeah.
No, they was not going easy.
Like the craziest thing about this weekend was we really didn't know any of the workouts. We'll have briefing before each workout, and we'll find out 5 minutes before it was time to go. At least for my division, because we were like the first and second heat. So as soon as we found out, the workout, all right, we got about 5 minutes to warm up and go. But I like the unknown. I've spent the past few months training for the unknown, just going through movements, coming up with different rep schemes and different volumes of weights for it. Like even the second to last workout was called Chaos One. We just got on the floor and we just had to stare at our judge, and whatever our judges tell us to do, we just do it and keep going until they tell us to stop and go to the next movement.
That's the thing. I love some of these names of these CrossFit workouts. Like today, I run a class and we've done Karen. So if you're familiar with Karen,
oh yeah,
150 wobbles.
I'm probably the only one that likes Karen.
Yeah, see, I quite like wall balls, so I don't mind. Even though I'm quite tall, I'm 6'5". Wall balls tend to take me a little bit longer, but I quite enjoy once I get into that flow. But you just see people's faces like, yeah, today we're doing Karen, and they're like, some of them know what Karen is, and some of them are like, oh, what's Karen? That sounds nice. Okay, grab yourself a wall ball.
We just keep going.
Keep going.
I dream to be 6'5", at least 6 foot. I'm 5'11", going up against these giants when I was playing basketball. It was, whew. But Karen, because I have a strong basketball background, anything with the wall balls, anything with jumping, it feels natural to me.
Yeah, that's your forte.
So I could keep going. And I think our fifth workout, the last workout we had on Friday, it was 15-minute AMRAP, but the first thing we had to do was 90 wall balls. And I was one of the few that went unbroken on the wall balls. I was like, man, you're crazy.
90, nice.
Yeah, I need to retest Karen because I haven't done Karen straight through. I've done like combinations of like Karen and Cindy and broken up the reps, but the goal was always to go unbroken with that movement, or at least certain movements. It's all about breathing. Like, if you could breathe while you're moving, it actually gets easier for me.
Yeah, it's definitely taxing on the cardio for that one, because it's just that continuous up and down, up and down, up and down. Anything like wall balls and rowing, I quite like that combo. That's quite a nice combo, that push and pull. So yeah, definitely, I like programming. So what would you say one of your favorite of the girl wads? So Karen's one of yours.
Yeah, she's one. Back when I was like 30 pounds smaller, I love Kelly. Running wall balls and box jumps. Just everything that a basketball player dreams of doing, or that we're good at. Kelly's another fun one. It was always I've done versions of Kelly and Karen together, and I think my last one that I've done as a combo was Karen and Annie. So 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, double unders and sit-ups. And then adding GHD sit-ups to that.
That's blowing you out.
Still no rap though. Thank God. Definitely had built my core strength for sure.
So probably one of my favorites, Linda. I done Linda a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
The three bars of death. She's a vicious workout.
She's strong.
Yeah. You sort of get to that. I always in that workout get to about the halfway point, so the 5-5-5, and that's it. Like my nervous system's gone. It's taxed. I can still lift, but I'm just not there anymore.
Yeah. I've done a version of Linda, not with the exact weight, but like maybe 55-65% of those lifts. Just to be able to like get the reps in and go through the movements without muscle fatigue and muscle failure. I know with a lot of workouts, I try to adapt to where I still get the volume, but never completely go into like muscle failure, unless that's like the actual program workout. Because I mean, doing everything in one arm, as soon as I hit muscle failure, it's going to be a while before I can actually function.
So I'd love to sort of find out your input on that as well. So with let's take for example like a workout like Linda, deadlifts, power cleans, and bench press. How would you adapt that program, or how would you make it more adaptable for yourself in regards to their movements?
So with those movements, have to know. I just have to know my strength. So deadlifts is a good strength and coming up strength. I finally got better with using my harness, core stability, and back strength overall, and actually finally engaging my hamstrings for once. My cleans, I have definitely got stronger. Become one of my favorite movements overall, and so I could kind of play around with that weight just to see what's a good volume to hit and maintain. The bench press is definitely not my strength. So if I'm doing bench, I could use a dumbbell and try to hit those reps at a heavier dumbbell weight. If not, barbell would definitely be scale. My max on the bench is 100 pounds. So trying to do like my body weight or even half my body weight. I'm a big boy. It's not happening. So definitely would scale the bench to where I'm at least at 75%, because I could hit those reps. Like 75 pounds, I could do a few good reps of, like 5 reps. If I had to break it up, 5 is like my max number on the bench. I try not to do anything more than 5 right now, just because of muscle fatigue. Going to like the cleans and deadlifts, I want to make sure I'm able to be functional to get through the movements and get through the workout.
Nice. So in regards to your other arm, do you have any use with this arm? So to maintain symmetry during workouts, so you can obviously move it up and down, etc.
So I have limited mobility to where from the shoulder to the elbow, range of motion is kind of there. I mostly catch it when I do my cleans or doing any kind of push press or shoulder overheads. I'll rest it on, say, my deltoid, my front shoulder. I have just enough pick to where I can be able to catch cleans and do thrusters. But from the elbow down, there's less function. I have no triceps, so I can only bend. I cannot stand. All right, somebody calling me. Nope. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so going from the elbow down, I can have a little bicep to where I constantly, keep my arm bent. I can't really extend. My wrists, I have little flexion. As you see, I'm like tweaking, trying to flex my wrist. Fingers, I've lost feeling in those over time. They haven't turned black, but I said as soon as they turn black, I need to probably chop them off.
Wow.
Just to make sure I don't get sick or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I do use my arm for random little things. I mean, wear my Whoop, my watch, try to tell time, try to keep pace when I'm doing my cardio and stuff. Some days it tracks my heart rate. Some days I look at it and wonder if I'm having a heart attack just from walking. And I played around with it. I just have an irregular heart rate overall. From my fitness, I don't know when it started. I mean, last time I saw a doctor, they just told me to just not do anything. And I don't.
It's amazing how doctors tell us that, isn't it? I'm not very well. Okay, take it easy.
Yeah, a lot of doctors, like the ones I've seen growing up, have always been sheltering me, putting limits, saying, hey, you shouldn't be playing basketball. You could mess up your arm or cause injuries and this and that. Like, well, I might as well just live in a box if that's the case. And then most of the doctors around my area are no fitness at all. They don't even go to the global gym. Everybody's a smoker or I have obese doctors telling people that work out that they're overweight and they're like in perfect shape doing muscle ups, and all of the elite regional athletes telling them that they're overweight, obese, on the verge of obesity. It's very backwards around these parts.
It's exactly the same in the UK. It's exactly the same in the UK. I've been told I'm overweight, and I'm currently sitting at 117 kilos. So what's that in pounds? That's
You're at two. You're barely 200.
Yeah, I'm
Like
crazy
a
at
little over 200.
conversions.
Still smaller than me. Yeah, I'm 215, and like I gotta see my nutritionist later on today. Switching up the nutrition, getting ready for the next season because the next season is about to start real soon.
Mm.
Um, there is no such thing as off season for the adaptive competitions. CrossFit, we know the opens in February,
Hmm.
but in the adaptive
Just
community,
under 100 days.
yeah. But in the adaptive world, there really is no off season because we have to keep training to function in life. We can't
Mm.
really lay off the pedal, as some people would say. At least for me, because I know if I were to just stop training or I could slow down the intensity, but as far as like a vacation, like taking more than a week off, it takes so much energy to get back to where I
Mm.
was and want to be. So like this week is definitely a struggle. I still ended up doing like a 3 mile interval just to like flush my legs out and like do something. Like before CrossFit, I mean, I was unhealthy, had was living the couch life, struggling, was looking for work and stuff like that. And I think I went 3 months of just no fitness, no just eating all the candy, popcorn, junk. I was going to the movies every day, so I was eating all the
Man,
junk food.
that sounds
Yeah,
awesome.
the movie theaters. On the side, it was a good life. No, got to see a different movie like every other day. But
It's good,
I
but
know
it's
overall,
not sustainable, is it? It's you get to a point and then it's nice for the first couple of days, but then you start feeling a bit rough, and then you're like, yeah, this is
oh
not for
yeah,
me.
like when you try to wake up and your body just wants to shut down, it's the worst thing for me. I love sleep. I love laying in my bed, but when my body, my mind wakes up, all right, it's time to go. Get up, do
Mm.
something, do a couple squats, do a couple sit-ups, do something, wake up the body. Take a cold shower, shock the body, do what you gotta do. Um, but that's me right now. Going to talk to the nutritionist, see what's the next goal for the next season.
Mm.
For like this season, I mean, the season lasted a year and a half because we didn't have a games last year. I was training since 2019 because I got seventh place in 2019 at the games. Um, 2020 didn't happen, so couldn't really take my foot off the pedal. Like, all right, I gotta
Yeah.
get ready for the next year. Like, it's coming. It's gonna be intense. Everybody else is gonna be training hard, and not harder. You gotta try to keep pushing. I ended up getting fifth place this year. Had some
Nice.
had some athletes that couldn't show up, but a lot of guys that were there were games athletes that went to the actual
Mm.
CrossFit games. They merged our division because we didn't have the numbers they were looking for. So they said, well, just like old times, we're just gonna put you all in the same division. 2 points, 1 point. We'll calculate, the weights and make sure everybody doing the proper volume and all of that to get the same fairness, same workout. Um, Life isn't fair. We already know that. So no matter what standards and rules they give us, we just roll with the punches.
Mm.
And no, that's one thing that I think we do a little bit better than like the able body communities and CrossFit competitions. Like we don't sugarcoat things. We just, all right, this is your standard, stick with it. All right. No
Mm.
question. You can ask all the questions you want, but you're gonna still do it.
No, listen, man, that's why I got involved in what I do and for my job, because that was it. Like I'd been a PT. I actually wrote an article about this the other day. I write articles for magazines in regards to some of the work I do. So it was sort of like my story of how I got into sort of adaptive fitness, and it was that thing. It was like I had an opportunity. I took on that opportunity to run a class for people with disabilities, and then instantly, like I was like, wow, like these guys just are getting stuck in, no complaints. And coming from a personal trainer, sort of speaking to able-bodied people and just hearing very mundane excuses, barriers, and I'm not sort of like putting them to shame at all, but I was just sort of like, as soon as I started working with people with disabilities, I was like, wow, okay, right, this is what I want to do. These guys are are raring to go. They want to do exactly. They want to put in all the work. They want to smash it out. They don't want any special treatment. I was like, this is where my career's going. Obviously, in the article, it's wrote a bit more of a story than that, but that was sort of.
Hey, that's a good blueprint. Yeah. I know I'm the only athlete in my city and in my area. I've tried reaching out to people in my area. We used to have a wheelchair basketball league here once upon a time, but a lot of people, especially like my veterans and stuff like that, they got entered in the military. Nobody wants to do anything. I'm technically in a place that we call a retirement nation. So this is the place where people come to not work, to just relax and not do anything. So
you're in Georgia, right?
Yeah, so I'm in Augusta, Georgia. So if you're big on golf and know what the Masters is, that's where I live. So the big golf tournament every year. So we got all the country clubs and stuff like that come here. I don't play golf.
No. Me neither.
I've done the miniature
it's
golf.
It's not vigorous. How many reps?
Right. Like I could probably try it out when I get some downtime and stuff like that, but it was just the one sport I can't really watch or get into. I'm still trying new things, so I'm not going to say I won't ever try it. But right now I kind of like more of an upbeat, a little faster pace. I know a lot of guys that are great at it, and I trained a couple of clients that that needed the hip function and stuff like that. So it's a great sport overall. It's not for me. No, it's not my cup of tea. Now, going back to you say you was doing personal training. So I started off as a personal trainer, working with different athletes and different people. I got a couple of student athletes, that got scholarships, playing for different schools and stuff. And I still enjoyed that. I do want to get more involved in my community and working with adaptive athletes. So anytime I could talk to somebody online, I have people reach out to me on social media. Let's say my phone is always on, so I always have people reach out to me, ask me questions. Like the past couple of months going into the Wheel Wod games, had a lot of new athletes that were registering, were competing, ask me every little thing. Like, all right, for the swim, are we supposed to just do the one stroke? Can we change up our strokes? If we're on the track, do we have to run forward? Can we go backwards? Like, what kind of question is that? Who runs backwards? But I've literally had every kind of question about the games, and I love being that person that can help out with that. The more information, the better. And I'm always asking questions too. So whenever we do have these events, I try to ask as many questions as I can for those who may be afraid to ask questions. Because we still have a lot of people in the community, or not in the community yet, but are just on the outside trying to find their way still. And I mean, I was one. I didn't know what adaptive was. I didn't know what my disability was until after college. I just grew up sheltered, not knowing anything. My arm's different. Oh well. But now that I've started training, I've studied, I've done research, and I mean, I'm not alone. There's a lot of people like me, different classifications and versions of what I have, but I'm not alone in the world anymore. And so any way I could help those that are like me, or people that end up with my injury and stuff like that, I try to let people know and let them know on my social media, hey, I'm here. If you need to talk, if you got questions, if you want to start doing this fitness, hey, I'm here. Get in the gym. Let's make it happen.
I think that's the beauty of the adaptive community as well. There's no sort of resistance, or I know with personal trainers, there's always been that sort of keeping your cards very close to your chest. You know what I mean? This
right.
In regards to sharing information and helping each other, unless you've got your sort of online gurus that want to sort of charge you for mentorship. But with the adaptive community, I've just found everybody is so willing to share information, help one another, refer people to each other. So I would refer some people to other trainers, because that's not my specialty. I work predominantly with people with physical limitations, not necessarily neurological conditions in regards to autism or Down syndrome. Not that I haven't got any clients. I've got a client with autism, and I'm looking at starting a project very soon in regards to that. But it's not my specialty. So, and I think that's what I've loved about it so much. Like every single person I've contacted so far through my alt movement page has been more than happy to help, give advice,
Oh
jump on the
yeah.
podcast. So it's just such a warm, strong community. So in regards to like your area, you said you had a bit of resistance in getting adaptive athletes in your area together. Why do you think that is?
So the area that I live in, the culture is definitely not one of fitness. No, there are more unhealthy restaurants and places like that here than gyms and fitness places. There's technically only two CrossFit gyms in the area. There's some gyms that do CrossFit and functional fitness that don't pay the affiliate fees, but there's not many that I feel like compared to like the bigger cities. No, it's a small area, but my area is spread out and it has so much potential to grow. But because of the culture and there's like no change here. Like nobody's willing to grow. Like the past 2 years, I've been trying to open up a gym, and haven't been getting the support or the feedback from like my community here, like from the culture here. Yeah, the culture is not one of fitness, so I had to rearrange my plan. So if I can't open up a gym here, I could at least go somewhere else, either open up a spot or work somewhere and at least make more money. So my game plan right now is within the next 3 to 5 years, I want to be able to get my experience, reach out to different places, different communities, save up, get my finances up, and so I can come back here and build something from the ground up with no limitations, with no setbacks, holdups. I could be able to have something for anybody and everybody. That's the overall goal. Whether you're able-bodied, adaptive, if you want to compete, if you just want to live, I wanted to do that. I mean, it's home. I love my home. I just want to take care of it. It hasn't given me much, besides shelter and stuff like that. But I'm a nice guy, and I just love taking care of my people, no matter what. So before I get too old and broken down from CrossFit, I do want to be able to share that. I've set up programs for like my global gym, and I just never got the right feedback from the right people. So when I did, back when I was at my global gym, I started a boot camp program, and it was booming, and it was the first of its kind. The community loved it. It was great, but I didn't have the support from the gym and from the owners. Of course, everything's all about money, and instead of them trying to care about the people, they just care about the money. So like, okay, you got a big following, we're just going to try to charge, we're just going to double the price on everything and just take people money. And money isn't big around here. People may have money, but nobody likes spending money. That's also the culture of where I'm at. Nobody wants to spend money on their health. And so
that's quite an interesting conversation. I was with someone the other day who was talking about if your dog gets sick, what do you do if your dog gets sick? You take your dog to the vets, you give your dog every single bit of medication it can, but if you get sick, you don't care. It's like, we'll worry about that.
It's different, yeah. Like people would rather spend $100 on a dinner and movie versus a gym membership. Stuff. And it always comes back to your priorities. Is how important is your health? And like even down here, now I live close to the downtown area, and I have so many people that know me from the gym and from social media and stuff. And whenever I'm like running or working out, and they'll see me, they'll reach out like, "Hey, I really need to start going to the gym." Like, well, go. I'm there. Like, where I'm at, where to find me. If people ask me, like, I need help, I need this, I need that. Like, I don't, I mean, I technically live under a rock. Like, I'm in the same place every day. So, I'm in the gym, come see me. Like, my hours, I'm literally in the gym 6 to 8 hours a day, maybe more. It depends on like my training schedule. You know where I'm at. Tell me your schedule. Let's make it work. You got to adapt just like I have to adapt. And I literally started my training. When I started my personal training, I was literally the 24-hour guy. I had guys working the third shift, graveyard shifts. As soon as they get off work, all right, let's go. Let's get this fitness out the way. Get your endorphins going, then eat, go sleep, get ready for the next day. No excuses. No matter what time, if you work out before work, after work, we're going to make it happen. And I was the only, I mean, I feel like I'm the only trainer that did that. I have a, like, you have a 24-hour facility, use it. If you know you can't make it in the mornings and afternoons, go at night, make it happen, make it work. You got all these different diets and fasts. Intermittent fasting was fun for me because I used to, long time ago, I used to do security. So I used to work 12, 16-hour shifts, crazy hours. And so the only time I could do anything was, once I got off late at night. So again, I don't want to give people excuses, but you shouldn't be making excuses.
There's always time. There's always time in the day. Like if you really broke down a 24-hour day, 6 to 7 hours sleep, maybe you got to work for 8 hours, and then you got to think, right, okay, time prepping food, etc. There's always time. Like you'll always say to someone, "Did you watch TV? Did you watch TV?" Yeah, I watched TV for 2 hours. Well, an hour of that could have been spent training.
Right.
Or I don't have enough time in the mornings. Get up earlier.
Man, I had I love my global gym because I was able to change the whole culture and community of the gym. So the gym I was at for 3 years, it was a bodybuilder gym. Everybody does the bro sesh, the split sesh. Everybody's all about the gains. We're gonna stay in here for 2 hours, lift for maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then stare in the mirror for an hour and 15, stuff like that.
I mean, that's still fun, right? Staring in the mirror after a good workout.
Well, you gotta get a good pump. I gotta check things out. I gotta flex a little bit. And like, so that was the main culture, but then you have all these people that are just your average 8-hour workers, just trying to figure out what they want to do with themselves. I was like, all right, let's try something different. Instead of being here for 2-3 hours, you got 30 minutes, 45 minutes. What can we do to get your heart rate up, get it under control? How can we get some kind of muscle fatigue, get you some kind of strain going? What can we do to like change your body, and make you tired? Because you could do a workout for 2-3 hours and not break a sweat, or you could do a 10-minute workout and be on the edge of death. And we just trying to find a balance with people. And I tested with some good friends. I tested with myself, and when I did eventually start my bootcamp program, I had a lot of people, just watching me do all the crazy things. So if you got a bodybuilder trying to leg press, like 600 pounds, they'll look at me. I'm doing 1,000 pounds for reps. Then they're doing shoulder press at the squat rack. I was like, all right, this is how you're supposed to do it, and fits in form, fits in the core, and stuff like that. I love the gym, and I still had like those looks, like I'm a one-arm trainer. So anytime I would try to tell somebody about their form, or just make sure they don't get hurt, because every bodybuilder I know has an issue with doing deadlifts. They always have back injuries with deadlifts. It's like, use your legs. I know you got chicken legs, but use your legs, not your back. But trying to change that community, and I knew I was a true CrossFitter once I got out of the global gym and started competing. I just like to change up. CrossFit is all about being different. It's community. Everybody's different. Nobody's going to judge you for being different, and it's for everybody. You go to a global gym, everybody's going to give you certain looks if you don't have like the muscle size, or you don't have big biceps and stuff like that.
If you don't fit the sort of the category.
Yeah. But and with adaptive CrossFit, I mean, everybody's different. Even with similar adaptations and limitations, disabilities, everybody's different. You're not going to say you won't see the same adaptation in this division versus this division. And that's why the sport is growing. That's why we have like the 1.2 point contests for the uppers, and above knee, below knee amputees for the lowers. The seated. I mean, I have this one kid that is neuro major. So like slight brain damage. Left side is hit or miss. He has good days where he could stand up and walk. Other days he's got to use his crutches. But he loves working out. He loves figuring out how to use his body and make his life easier. I was like, cool. Keep up with the competitions. Check out my girl here. She's a neuro major. She's been doing it way longer than me. She's a doctor herself. I mean, check her out, do this. I love connecting the community together. Even if I don't have all the knowledge, I know people with the knowledge. And I love coming on and these podcasts and have people reach out to me, just sharing information. So like even with you in the UK, I know you talked to my girl Charlotte, and she rocks.
Yeah.
I remember linking up with her a while back, and just seeing all of these people from around the world and connecting with one another. I mean, I love it.
So did you meet her when she was over in the US?
No, I wish. I know next year I need to meet a lot of people. Because now I missed the CrossFit games, and she didn't come to the Wheel Wod game. So if CrossFit wasn't so expensive, it will definitely be easier for everybody to get together.
Yeah.
I know that was one thing with the Wheel Wod games. We had a lot of athletes that just couldn't make it because of travel prices, and then some countries are still kind of closed off to the world and stuff like that. I know even with Wadapalooza, the price for Wadapalooza went up, so a lot of people aren't competing this in January for that.
What's that for the admissions to?
Oh yeah, so I think Wadapalooza, it was close to $400 just for registration. It was something crazy like that. I was like, man, that's way more than both the CrossFit games and the Wheel Wod games. Wheel Wod games wasn't too pricey. And that was also because it was the first time it was in the US, and they wanted to get more athletes at the competition. And we understand that flight costs is the craziest thing ever. Like flight costs and no hotels and lodging, that's a crazy thing to deal with too. So we are doing a better job at funding for the community. We're trying, and the whole prize purse is a lot better too. So we actually are doing better than the able-bodied competition when it comes to like funding and being respectful with the prize purse and stuff like that. I mean, that was a big issue with CrossFit, with the CrossFit games. I won't go into big details. It's probably been said by a bunch of athletes already. But we do want to be included and not limited. You're including 3 divisions. I know you could get more divisions. I know it'll be a lot more work, but we want the community to be together.
That's the beauty of CrossFit, isn't it? It's a very, very inclusive. Yeah, and anyone can enter. That's the amazing thing about it. Anyone can enter. You can enter online. You can, however you do it, submit. And you have a chance to go up. Essentially, you're going up against some top athletes.
Yeah.
Like if I was to enter, essentially, I'm entering and try. Obviously, I definitely wouldn't win. 100% would not win. But yeah, so I mean, one of my main goals for sort of like the next couple of years is to get an adaptive athlete to the games. Now I've got a couple of people sort of interested. So yeah, that's
putting in the work and let's make it happen.
Because like around my area, there's probably a similar thing to yourself. There's not really been a lot of stuff around here for people with disabilities, like in wheelchairs and stuff. So recently I started a club, a wheelchair weightlifting club, to sort of put the feelers out and see sort of what response I get. And I had a lot of people interested. I managed to get some funding from the local council. Yeah, the council just love what I'm doing at the moment, so they're sort of putting a lot of attention, putting people my way. Excuse me. And also, I work for a gym, so not a CrossFit gym, but it's a S&C gym running classes.
Okay.
So strength that is now becoming a CrossFit gym. So you might have seen on my page, I put up a picture the other day. So what the gym's going to be a CrossFit gym. It's going to open up, and Alt Movement, what I do is going to run within that gym with adaptive athletes, basically taking the programming, adapting it to these athletes. And that'll be the goal. So I'm looking at making that a real hub in this area. And as I say, there's nothing like that in my immediate area in Essex, which is quite a big place. So I'm looking at, I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit ambitious, but I would like to lead the way for adaptive athletes in the UK, but we'll see.
That's an awesome thing. Any chance we could just grow the sport and reach out to those that have no idea what this is, because I mean, people grow up not knowing what they can or can't do until they try, and a lot of people have that fear of the unknown. And just spraying out everything we do through social media is a great thing. I'm still old and trying to figure things out with it, but if it wasn't for social media and stuff like this, I probably would be still, staying on the couch. So getting the word out, reaching out in your community, reaching out through social media. I mean, you're doing an awesome job. So love your work. You got a lot of athletes in your gym now that are going to be pushing leaderboard real soon.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully,
Mm.
that's the plan. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I'm just going to try and get as many people involved as possible. And there is that little bit of reluctancy, I think, with some people. Like maybe it's nerves, maybe it's like because there's never really been that support there with them before, so they're sort of like they want to see that case study build. And I think that's I had one of my clients, like he's been training me for a year. He had cerebral palsy, he's in a wheelchair, and he was meant to come along to the wheelchair weightlifting club one night, and he didn't come just because he was anxious. Like he was worried to come along because he'd not
show up.
He'd not been in a group
Yeah.
environment for so long, and he didn't know what to expect. So the next week, I said, like, "Oh, what happened?" He was like, "I bottled it. I lost my nerve." And I said, "I'll tell you what. I'm picking you up 6:30. I'll see you there." That's it. He couldn't back out. Then I just went round his house, picked him up, chucked his wheelchair in the back of my truck, and we went down to the down to the class, and he loved it. He had a great time.
Even at the Wheel Wod games, it was a lot of athletes first time competing, and you could tell the nerves and all of that. So like after events, like, all right, let's go get some food. Like we're hanging out. Like got your carbs in. We got a long day of fitness. This is completely different than your regular go to the gym for the one workout and then go home. This is competition time. So you're in the show now. And so taking a couple of athletes under my wing and introducing them to the competition life was definitely an eye opener for them. Even my one athlete, I'm actually going to be with her at the Waterpalooza in January, helping her, coaching her, just keep her, giving her the competition experience and stuff like that. And a lot of athletes, once you start competing, it gets addicting. I mean, you'll literally make a way to get to these competitions and just connect with, your friends. This community is all about family. So even before, after competitions, everybody's going to connect online, figure out how we can help each other, grow our businesses, grow our, foundations, make connections, come up with different charity events to get funding for different research for disabilities and stuff like that. Try to make it easier to get guys that have like the prosthetics and stuff, help them fund and get worked on their prosthetics and stuff worked on. We try to make a way for everybody to feel better and function better in life. I know right now, I got my man Victor Elsoff. He's trying to keep his visa active so he can stay in America. And we're all coming together raising funds for that. Definitely want my bro to stay in the States because he's an awesome coach, great leader. He wants to open up a adaptive gym in the States too. And that's a goal we all share. We want to see this community grow, and we want to help the future because we got a lot of kids coming up that are just like us when we were young, like lost, don't have any kind of path to go by. So we want to pave the way for them. So if he opens up the gym for me, awesome. I'm supporting 100%. There is no competition between gyms unless it's like a friendly competition, but the overall mission is for the community to grow and pave the way for the future.
I think that's the thing, as you just said there, with a lot of CrossFit gyms, there isn't any competition unless it is sort of friendly competition, because we've all got the same goal, and the goal is to make people fitter and healthier and have a good time doing it. Whereas a lot of the sort of, as you say, like the commercial gyms, it's a little bit more like, how can we make the most money? How that gym's making more money? How can we make more money than them? It's very money driven. And I've always said to people, I was having another conversation actually today with someone who was interested in becoming a coach. And I said, listen, if you're coming into this industry for the money's not there. If you're coming into this industry because you're genuinely passionate about helping people, the money's there, because people will see through your bullshit. People will see that you are passionate, and they will want to invest in you so that you can help them achieve their goals.
Oh yeah, I'm still doing like little programming, online stuff for some people, always helping friends. Anybody that wants help, they know where to find me. But I don't do this for the money at all. I mean, I've been homeless a few times before I knew what CrossFit was and all of that. So I've known the struggle. So even if it comes to the point where I have to like sleep in my car just to get competitions and stuff like that. No, I've done that to like one event. I'm not gonna say which one just because it'll freak my friends out. Um, but I've gotten so much support over the years with a couple of brands and sponsors, and I'm slowly reaching into like bigger names and getting help from a lot of people. I got friends that will start businesses that will support me just because I've supported them along their journeys and stuff. And that's how I feel like the world needs to be. I mean, everybody should be there for one another. There shouldn't be anybody trying to shut each other down for any reason. If we get to the point where we could just get together, push each other to be better, then we get better. It's. I feel like it's. I feel like it's that simple, but the world doesn't seem to make it that simple.
There's a lot of resistance from some people, and I think
a lot of resistance.
if CrossFit could grow and grow and grow and grow, I know in the UK it's not as big as it is in America, but especially with CrossFit, you just see that support.
I love seeing CrossFit around the world. How every culture is different with CrossFit, but you still see that bond, that community within every community. The thing with America, and I mean, everybody's read the history books and stuff like that, it repeats itself. So there's still going to be segregation and separation with a lot of people. And even within CrossFit, there's still separation in CrossFit. I mean, we got the adaptive community. There hasn't been adaptive competition in the CrossFit Games until like last year. Why did it take so long for us to get included? They'll say one thing, they'll say another thing. But if you have the resources, you got the people that want to do it, I think you can make it happen. There shouldn't be any limitations to it. I mean, I know there's probably a lot more logistics and stuff that goes to it, but looking from the outside, and especially with me from my background and the things I've gone through growing up in the South and all of that, yeah, some things need to change and needs to hurry up and change. So I'm definitely happy we finally eventually got a Black president. Took forever for that, but yeah, some things still haven't changed. So definitely need to see some things happen. Definitely need to hurry up and bring the peace. We get the community together, we'll bring the peace.
Yeah, people get so caught up in segregation and mine, get away.
Right.
Anyone that's different is not included.
Oh man, I think the happiest I've been was when I left the country and went to Canada. Those people are very happy and very nice. I come back to America and everybody just so mad, so angry, always stressed, always got something to say. It's not too much positivity where I'm from. I'm not in the best neighborhoods as of right now. So hopefully I'll move I plan on moving before February. That's my goal. So hopefully I'll be in a better spot, a safer spot by then.
Where are you going to move to?
Whoever wants me. I got
traveling
a few
coach,
cities and states. I mean, that is really the one dream I have, is to be able to travel and either do seminars or work with like some athletes that want my training for like a few months at a time and stuff like that. That was a dream I've had for a while, and I kind of want to implement that to like my overall goal of having like my gym home. But if I could help somebody from South America or from Asia, I want to be able to help. No excuse. If I could learn the language, if I could get translator, no matter. I want to be that guy that can help.
I think most places can speak English pretty well anyway. So
thank God.
I think anyone that speaks English, we get a little bit lazy, don't we? And we just like stick to our language. Everyone else can speak it.
So I know the basics. I know a little bit of Spanish because I got a strong Hispanic community where I live at. And then it's trying to speak like Portuguese and Cantonese and stuff like that. Mandarin, those are I got some time before I learn that. But I love learning. I love and respect all cultures. So as much as I can learn from other cultures, I try. I mean, again, it just brings us closer. I mean, we may have a language barrier, but we do CrossFit. We're family. We're community.
So have you trained in many other CrossFit gyms around the world, or is it predominantly you've been?
So
situated in America?
I've been in America, like I competed in Canada, so I got to train at Stouty's gym, Chris Downberg's gym. Um, I've been up and down the East Coast. There's been one competition I've been to out in California. Um, I would like to bounce around and go to everybody's gym. I'm starting YouTube soon, and the goal with YouTube is to be able to show off my training, show off other gyms, and show off my journey within CrossFit. Um, show recognize everybody's gym, everybody's thought process within CrossFit and the community. Just bring people together. So that's actually going to start up on Monday. As soon as I get this desktop in my house working. My internet's so slow. That's been my biggest slowdown is the internet. But I got some good plans with that. My sponsors, they're gonna help me out with that too. Definitely just all the people that's helped me along the way. Definitely appreciate, very grateful for all of the support. I mean, outside of my family, they are family. So much love and support. Anytime I'm traveling, they ask me, all right, hey, where you staying at? You better not be staying in your car. I heard you was homeless one time. Don't be doing that. But they're so helpful, just loving people from all over this country. I just can't wait to continue traveling. And once things get better with the whole pandemic, as soon as we could just travel the world without any kind of hesitations, I'm going everywhere.
Yeah, so I mean that'd be my next goal. Well, I was actually meant to be going to America this year. I've got 2 tickets booked for America, but obviously the pandemic screwed that up. I was meant to be getting married in September, just gone. We was going to go to Montana, so me and my partner was going to go to Montana, and we was going to get married.
Congrats.
But yeah, so we both had to put that on the back burner because of obviously travel restrictions and stuff, which we wanted to go to America because we just wanted to get me and her just get married, and that's it. Like we didn't want it. Not that we don't love our family, but we not, we
wanted to do something different.
Something different. Like ready, other than that white wedding, we just wanted to go into the mountains, just a vicar, some guy with a camera, and that's it. Just us, and hopefully not any bears, because I'm terrified that we're going to get chased by. Because I was speaking to Grace, and she was like, yeah, there's bears out there and mountain lions and all this crazy stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
Very true.
I was not excited about that. So who else, who at the top end of the adaptive community? I know you said you've been on Logan Aldrich's podcast as well.
So I did Logan's podcast, another podcast. That was one I've done recently. One guy in the community, Scott Davidson, he's a living adaptive. Great podcast. He's more into like the OCRs, obstacle courses, and trail racing. But he's real big in just getting the word out on different things going on around the world, and a little bit more on the culture side and stuff like that. Great guy. My girl Lonnie, she's recently she had ACL surgery, and she kind of fell in love with the adaptive world. Just because it was great for her rehab. It was great on her mental, being able to not make the excuse of shutting down because of this injury, and able to bounce back. I mean, she just finished, I think she just finished her triathlon a couple weeks ago. So it's definitely a great story. But she's part of the Black Endurance, Enduring Warriors. She's got a couple of pages. Black with Endurance. There we go. That's her page. It's funny how I get different. It's like every other podcast I've done is either been with adaptive or being African American, or both African American and adaptive. I am a rare breed, apparently. And especially where I'm at. I mean, I live in the South. In America, we still have all these crazy race issues and stuff like that. So people tend to ask me questions about how I feel on that. I'm pretty okay. I haven't been shot at recently, so I'm okay with that. I'm safe. I'm in a good, decent, safe place right now. But there should be peace in the world by now. We should need to stop repeating history and end the violence and all that. No,
And
we had
if we look over the
man,
course of the thousands of years, you'll see history repeats itself every
it
single
just
time.
repeats, man.
You're different. You've got a different skin color. You're wearing a different hat to me. I don't like you.
like like he's wearing shorts and it's 30 degrees outside. We don't like you. Like
Kill him.
just little random stuff. Like it just kills me. I remember when I was in school, I was literally the only black guy in my class. It was me and one other guy. Private school, Catholic private school. Parents spent a ton of money on it. Definitely could have went to public school, but and just seeing the different cultures between that school and other schools, and it wasn't that different. Everybody still has that random negativity towards things. But because everything's still separated, and they try to make it separated through finances. No, if you don't have this much money, oh, you're going to be at this school. Or if you got too much money, you need to go to school. Don't try to, no, there shouldn't be anybody coming together. Yeah, I feel like it should be so much better. Even when I was a middle school teacher, again, once upon a time, taught 7th grade, middle school.
Oh, wow.
And the culture there was like, really? Like, what did I get myself into? Like, I try to be a good guy. I try to be, save the kids, save the world. Teaching is wasn't my thing. No, I'm a teacher at heart. No, I love coaching. No, coaches and teaching goes hand in hand. No, I can't be in the classroom. And plus, I don't like wearing dress clothes as is. So me and shirt tie.
Absolutely not.
I wear a shirt and tie maybe once a year, and that's it.
Weddings, funerals, and christenings.
Like don't invite me into more than one wedding. I will show up in a t-shirt and shorts. I will be that guy.
Yeah, same for me. Go on, sorry.
I got my best friend getting married next year. It's like, all right, I'm showing up. I'm getting fitted for this tuxedo. This is the only time when you will see me dressed up. Don't nobody die. Don't nobody else get married. Don't nobody else have any kind of black shirt and tie events. I'm not showing up with it.
And that's where I'm going tomorrow. Actually, I'm going suit shopping. I've got a black tie event coming up next month. So yeah, I'm going suit shopping. I hate going suit shopping because I never find one that fits me. And I've got a suit, but it's at that point now. It's a little bit tight, which is great. I've got some gains, but I've managed to get 3 funerals, a wedding, and an 80th birthday out of that suit. So it's done pretty good. So now I'm on to my next.
I know I have one suit from college, and that's over a decade now. And I could fit in most days, but now that the whole gains from CrossFit, I gotta go see a tailor. And I think I gotta see a tailor beginning of the year.
Tight on the shoulders. Tight on the shoulders.
Man, I know with me being that, like one side is so much bigger than the other. And so just trying to get a good fit and be able to like move and function. Like I want a suit that fits me like I'm in a James Bond movie. I want to be able to run and take off if I need to. I don't need to be just stiff and stuck in one spot the whole time. Yeah.
Literally, you sit down, the shirt untucks, the buttons come undone. It's like as soon as I get home, I just literally rip it off. Get off of me.
It's like I want to be able to fit in a suit to where I can sit down, eat 3 plates full of food and dessert on the side, and have no worries.
It needs to be a stretchy suit. We need stretchy suits.
Oh, I fell off the wagon with clothes. I've been wearing shorts and t-shirts forever. And I bought my first pair of jeans in a long time last year and realized they make stretchy jeans for guys.
They do. I have a pair.
I was at that store and I was looking like a kid that just found out 2 + 2 = 4. I was just like, I was amazed. I was like, I can work with this. I was like, sure, I might be able to like enjoy a competition and spectate with no issues. Yeah, I could look like a regular human.
No, but I wouldn't change it any other way. Like I love wearing what I'm wearing, like just track suits, jogging bottoms, trainers. Yeah, I don't like wearing uniform, not at all.
Yeah, it's hoodies and short season where I'm at right now. So cold in the mornings, warm up in the afternoon. So make sure I got a little bit everything ready every time I go somewhere. We won't get any kind of cold weather, so no snow. Like the coldest they'll get maybe like low 30 degrees Fahrenheit here. but it'll get up to like 70, 80 degrees like in the afternoon. So it's always a big change.
So it starts cold and ends hot, so you got to prepare for that.
Yeah, just balancing backwards.
I don't know what I prefer, summer or winter. I quite like winter. This time of year in England, it's cold, but it's not too cold. I quite enjoy this weather. So
yeah,
what
like
would you
winter.
say? So what would you say you would like to see change within the adaptive community within the next few years?
It's not really change. I just want to see it grow. Like the more athletes, the better. And we're already limited to how many people in the population are adaptive as is. Versus like CrossFit, like everybody can just do CrossFit if they wanted to. No, we already have that limitation where there's only so many of us in the world. But if we could get the awareness out there and get people to at least see it, recognize it, try it out, and open up the eyes to the world, I'll be happy with that. I definitely need some more gyms, adaptive focused gyms, if not at least coaches that are willing to get the knowledge and want to work with adaptive athletes. Because as long as we have coaches, I mean, we can work with anybody. And that was my thing when I started training, because my coach is technically all the way up in North Carolina and Canada, like my programmers and stuff. Like my coach, when I started CrossFit, she had no idea what to do. It was obvious, but luckily she was very kind, very sweet, still one of my best friends now, that just wanted to learn with me. So we took on the challenge, we figured things out together, made sure I didn't break down too bad every time I had no reps and stuff like that, or whip my shins doing double unders and all of that. I think I had tossed my shoes in the corner of her gym that were stuck in the balconies for a good 2 months because I was frustrated. I don't even remember the workout, but I just remember taking my shoes off and just chucking them up in the ceiling. I think she ended up giving it eventually fell, and I think she gave them to her dogs because they were covered in dust and had bird stuff. It was nasty. But as long as overall within the next couple of years, I want this community to grow. I want people to be able to go to the gym and not feel lost, but have somebody that's willing to work with them if they can, if not learn with them. Definitely want people to get the knowledge and be respectful and grow with the adaptives. Because as soon as we get the community to grow with the adaptive community and just merge, so we can finally be one community.
Yeah.
Then
so then it is inclusive and it's all one sort of
exactly. Because I know within the next, I'll give them 3 to 5 years. Cause I know it's not instant change, because change takes time. None of it's instant. I mean, just like you can't give 50-pound PR within 2 weeks. It takes time. So as long as we stick to the program, stay consistent, communicate. I know communication has always been an issue, in America and with CrossFit. As long as there is communication and willingness to grow, we'll get the right change.
Absolutely. And I think that's the important thing. You don't want it to change too fast, because you want to build it on a strong foundation, because a strong foundation is going to allow it to be more stable. And that's one of the things I'm trying to do as a coach, as sort of what I'm growing, is to try and educate people and try and teach people around adaptive athletes and how to train them. And you don't have to get it right every time. As you said, everybody's different. And it's every single athlete is almost like a puzzle. You've got to solve that puzzle in order to develop them to the best of their sort of capabilities.
Yeah. Probably the funnest thing about doing the adaptive competitions, we're always asking each other, how in the world do you do that? Between how are you doing double unders versus how you tie your shoes. It could be about competitions, it could be about lifestyle. And I think everybody, I know what all the guys in my division, we're all different. And conversing amongst each other, seeing where we come from. We're brothers, and you'll see us in competitions, and you'll probably see us in the videos and stuff. We gel really well. We'll go hard and push each other in the workouts, but after the workouts, before the workouts, we're always gonna fist bump each other, high five, and all of that. Big hugs and stuff like that. And seeing that, hopefully they'll encourage and motivate people to like get out of their comfort zone, get out of their shells, and want to be part of the community.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I love about it, man. That's what I love about it. Well, listen, Stephen, I'm going to have to actually cut the podcast short because I'm just looking at my workout I'm doing tonight. I'm off to a CrossFit gym, split jerks, strict press, and the little Metcon at the end is shoulders to overhead and toes to bar, 10, 9, 8, 7,
your
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
shoulders are going to be, whoo! Those shoulders are going to be fire. I
can't wait. I'm looking at it. Like most people look at this and think, oh, God, I don't want to do that. But I'm quite excited, actually. I'm looking forward to it.
So, I can't wait till I see my next training cycle. So I get back in the gym full force on Monday. So I can't wait till I see what the program looks like, because I know we're going to get some strength training between now and the Open, or whenever the Wheel Wod Open is. So can't wait for that. Going to be tackling my cardio a lot harder. Wasn't my biggest focus this year. Definitely wanted my strength to grow, and my strength and endurance were great. I never felt beat up or destroyed after every workout, but I know I need to get faster and a lot better with my cardio. So going to play around with that and mix it up a bit. See what my nutritionist is going to torture me with if I got to eat broccoli for the rest of my life. And stuff like that.
Broccoli, chicken, and rice.
Man, the best combo ever. But hopefully, he says he got some ideas, and we're going to change up the menu a bit. So I can't wait for that. Gonna have fun. Gonna post my journey on social media and YouTube and stuff, and I'm gonna have a blast with that. 2022 season is gonna be all about change and all about fun. So stay tuned for that.
That's it, man. I'm going to be following you every step of the way. I'm going to be watching your YouTube channels, and I'm going to be keeping in touch. And when we do some more competitions, I'd love to catch up with you again, and we can go through some stuff. But I just want to thank you so much today for jumping on. I'm about to go and get killed with this workout, and it's morning for you. So hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. But Stephen, I really appreciate you coming on, buddy.
Thanks, sir. You have a great one. Take care, guys.
Take care.